don't worry, he's gonna be wearing his underwear, so unless you guys want to see him fully naked, check out our OnlyFans page. We're gonna create one for that, but we're gonna do a shower scene. And that was one of the scenes from our recent football commercial that we've done. Anyways, how are you guys going? I hope everything's going well. Today we're gonna break down the commercial, kind of like the gear that we use, the sound design, how we achieve the shots, and also the lighting as well. Now, just a bit of context, how we came about doing this video was that both me and Jono were longtime football fans. You know, we grew up watching football. We even played together in our local team as well. We weren't that good, you know, but it was fun. So the concept of this video was we want to talk about how Jono used to dream about being a professional football player, but he just reached 30 and obviously that dream was crushed, like it was gone. Hence we got that comedic element at the end. So now let's get into it. For our camera, we use the Sony A7siii shot on an S-Log3 picture profile. The camera is rigged up onto a cinema rig, and what that means is that it has a V-mount with a V-mount battery, it has a top handle with a monitor, and most importantly, it has a shotgun mic as well, which kind of picks up a lot of the in-camera audio of the shots that we film. For our lens, we use the Tamron 35 to 150mm f2 to 2.8. That is a beast of a lens, which allowed us to grab some close shots and also some like further focal length shots as well. For our lights, we use the Landlight 300B and also the pebble tube land lights. But as you'll find out in this breakdown, for most of the scenes, we ended up using natural light instead of artificial lights. Only scenes where it's kind of like indoors, where we filmed at my house or Jono's house, that's where we brought in these artificial lights. Now, for the start of every video, especially when you're doing cinematic promo / commercial, you want the start of the video to hit right. So as you can see here, we started off the scene with a sunrise shot at the UNSW's university campus, and the oval that they have is amazing. It looks a little bit like a stadium, so that's why we chose that location.
Every morning starts with the same obsession. The beautiful game.
So you can see there's a lot going on in the beginning already, right? Like number one, it's blue hour. I am exposing for the sky instead of Jono. So because I'm exposing for the sky, Jono becomes more of a silhouette. But the sky looks amazingly blue. And another element that I've added at the start is obviously a voiceover. A voiceover is always gonna make your video more engaging. But another element that I was really proud of for this video is probably the sound design. So with the sound design at the start, I added in some footsteps walking on the grass and also some wind as well. Having good sound design would make the viewer feel like they're part of the scene.
The beautiful game.
So for those artificial drum sound effects, obviously you can find those in Artlist or Epidemic Sounds, where these are licensed sound effects that you can download from the internet. In terms of Jono kicking and the ball hitting the net, those sounds are from the in-camera captured by the shotgun mic. So that is why in the shoot, the shotgun mic was so like important. It played such a big role. It's because like it captured so much of the audio that we'll use in the final video, like kicking the ball, dribbling, like the feet shuffling across the grass, things like that. So how we got these shots of Jono dribbling and taking a shot is I was holding the cinema rig without a gimbal and I was just following him. And this was actually a bit hard for me because I just had my ACL surgery a few months back and I have not fully recovered. So trying to keep up with Jono while he's dribbling was a tough task, you know, but I think I did a pretty amazing job creating that dynamic camera movement that, you know, makes the video more engaging. One general tip which I've done here is I recommend that you get several different angles or shots of the same action. So here I think I got around 3 to 5 shots of him dribbling and shooting. I was able to string them together to make a pretty cool sequence, like these 3 shots over here.
I trained when the world was asleep.
So as you can see here, the in-camera audio that was recorded by the shotgun mic just came in like super clutch because like things like him breathing here, like And even the opening of the curtains here, it was all captured by the shotgun mic on our camera. Now, the second thing I want to talk about are the scenes that we've filmed at Jono's and my house. We actually wanted to emulate a scene that is shot during sunrise, but we've actually shot this scene in the late afternoon. One trick I used to make it look more like a sunrise is I deliberately adjust the exposure to make everything more orangey and yellow. Another trick I used here was to shoot directly towards the sun, just to give off a bit of a flare, like you can see here in the shot. And the flare often makes it a little bit more cinematic and a little bit more dreamy. Another scene I want to talk about is the scene where Jono is studying. This scene, we actually use artificial lights. So we filmed this scene in the living room of his home, and we just set up our Landlight 300B with a light dome and shine it from the left side of Jono's face, right? Because we do not want to shine the light directly onto his face because that would not create any shadows. Because we're shining in from the left side of his face, we're able to light up the left side up and create shadows on its right side, as you can see here. Now in the next two scenes, I use a different technique. I am shooting against the light instead. So as you can see, the light is here, and I'm shooting kind of towards the light. So this way I'm creating contrast the top half of the frame and then shadows on the bottom half of the frame, making it look cinematic. The next scene I want to touch on is probably the showering scene. Alright, this scene is scandalous. My mom actually walked in on us doing this scene and called us gay. So yeah, typical Asian mums. So this scene is actually really fun to shoot and really fun to light as well. Also challenging because the bathroom is such a small space, you know, like it's really hard to light and where to put the lights as well. So what we ended up doing is we got the Landlight 300B, put it on a C-stand and also a boom arm as well, and shine the light directly down. So this way it's replicating the effect of a ceiling light. So yeah, that's the lighting setup.
Replayed moments, mate. Until they felt like my home.
And one thing I want to touch on this scene is probably the color grading. So this is actually without color grading, where everything is like a bit whiter and stuff. And this is with color grading. As you can see, it really makes it more cinematic. And basically what I did was I went to color wheels in Final Cut Pro and went to shadows and brought in a bit of bluish color into the shadows. The reason why I do it in the shadows tab is so that it wouldn't affect the skin tones of Jono. If I did it in the mid-tones, it's gonna completely change his skin tones. So here, as you can see, color grading is important. It can be a difference maker. That being said, if you want amazing footage and amazing colors like we do have the cinematic LUT pack, which is really easy to use if you're a Sony shooter shooting S-LUT3. So what you do is you just slap the LUT on and you will immediately get amazing colors and contrast. I've specifically designed the LUT pack so that there's different LUTs for different situations. So things like the blue hour or sunset or even just general shots. I've designed LUTs that's specific for those situations. So if you're interested in that, please check it out in the link in the description down below. Another scene I want to talk about is probably the scene of Jono playing FIFA. The lighting is actually really simple. All we did was to put a Landlight pebble tube right on the sofa on the left side of this frame and just shine it towards Jono. And what that does, it creates like a really nice image where it's lit up on the left side and shadows on the right side, again creating that contrast, right? And this is reflected in the following shot as well. You can see here on the right side of his neck, it's being lit up by the pebble tubes. I really like the ending montage here when like he's kicking the ball. All the sound effects of him kicking the ball and running towards the ball, that's all captured in camera audio on the day of the shoot itself. Editing the end was a bit challenging because all the in-camera audio that we've captured were kind of like unusable because it was too windy during that day, so there was too much noise and interference with the in-camera audio. So what I had to do to bring the audience into the scene was to recreate the ambience and all the audio that is going on in these few shots, right? What I did was I found some like football training sound effects that have like people shouting in the background. I also found a sound effect that has like night background ambience noises. And lastly, I also have crickets. With the sound effects, don't be afraid to stack them up. It will make the audio of your video sound a bit more fuller. A lot of times it'll create better quality sounds and you'll make the video more engaging. In terms of lighting, I do find lighting at the stadium a bit challenging because there were stadium lights on all sides of the field, therefore making it hard to create a bit of contrast. I got one of my fans to hold up a 4-in-1 newer reflector. There is a side of the reflector that is a negative field. So what we did is I got my friend to stand on the right side of Jono and cover the light that was coming in from that direction with the negative field. So therefore, in this shot, you can see that the left side of his face is lit up and the right side has a bit more shadows in them. Now, last thing I want to talk about is pre-production. We did do quite a bit of planning before we shoot, and we've normally put all our pre-production into this website platform called minutenote.com. Now, it is free and also has a paid version as well, which allows you to create more of these documents. So the first thing we do in our pre-production is to find reference videos, as you can see here on the left. Reference videos serve as inspiration for the style of the video, the music, and also the camera movements and angles as well. Then here we got our voiceovers, right? So I actually written down a voiceover that is from one of the reference videos, and I used that as inspiration or kind of like a template to create a voiceover that's more suited to our video. Important thing is probably the shot list. So we actually get our shot list from the reference video itself. We watch them, screenshot them, and create the shot list off of them, all right? So on the shoot itself, we either print this shot list out or bring our laptop that contains the shot list, so that in the shoot, I'll continuously reference the shot list so that I know what is the next shot to do, what composition I need to get, what camera I need to get, and how I need to direct my talent. That's about it for the breakdown. If you guys do have any other questions regarding breakdown, we are happy to answer them down in the comments down below. If you guys are interested in how we went from complete beginners to now full-time filmmakers, please check out our Filmmaker Starter Kit, which is a roadmap of our journey from beginning to end. You know, it contains all the packages that we sell to our clients, social media packages, client testimonials, brand story packages, things like that. It also contains like email templates of how we do sales emails to our clients, how we close those sales, and how we deliver our final products as well. So that's quite a valuable kit, and it's probably our best-selling product. So please also check it out in the link in the description down below. Lastly, we are launching a Filmmaker Accelerator live cohort, which is a group coaching program. It's meant to help beginner videographers build a solid portfolio and get their very first big client project. We've designed it so that it will allow you to surround yourself with other beginner videographers in the community. If you're interested in that, go check out the application form, link in the description down below. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay focused.